Hi there and welcome to my video, and today we're going to be talking about how to charge your EV when you don't have a 7 kilowatt home charger and no access to superchargers. What do you do to keep your EV running? So today I'm going to explain to you how I manage this, how I keep my car charged, how I get around. So why don't you stick with me and I'll explain how. So how do we charge at home? So we currently don't have a 7 kilowatt home charger. So we kind of make do with the 3 charger which we got with the vehicle. Now this one is a 3-pin, 3 kilowatt plug-in charger. It just plugs into your normal plug socket and then you plug straight into the vehicle. Now I've managed to kind of cleverly rig ours up so it looks like a home charger with the help of a couple of bits from eBay. And this allows me to almost treat it like a regular home charger. And I use a watertight sealed box for the electrical connection, and I just leave this outside and I plug in as I go. And roughly on average I'm getting around 10 miles per hour from this charger. So although it's not charging very quickly, it does trickle along and add miles to the vehicle and is great for overnight or throughout the day if you're not driving anywhere. And if you coordinate that with the right electricity provider tariff, you can work really well. So with home charging out the way, let's move on to public charging. And this is a really interesting one because I think this will affect most people who have an EV. Now there's many ways you can find a public charger. I think the most efficient way is to use an app, and I use PlugShare or ZapMap. Today we'll be looking at ZapMap. So now we've got the map open. And at the top here we can search by location. So I'm going to put my local town in, and that's going to bring up my local chargers. So the 2 chargers I'm going to be looking at specifically today are at Tesco and also Lidl. Although we do have other chargers available around this area, we've got a 50 kilowatt charger and we've also got some more 7 and an 11 kilowatt charger. So why these particular 2? Well, these are both run by PodPoint, and PodPoint is also the same manufacturer of the home charger which we've ordered for our property. And until that's installed, we have access to an app, and that shows us where all the local PodPoint chargers are, which is how we found these 2 prior to using ZapMap. And the good thing about these 2 chargers are they are both at supermarkets, so they're very accessible. And because they're on a PodPoint network, they're very, very easy to use. There's no RFID, there's no swiping of credit cards. They're actually free, so while you're doing your shopping, or if you're paying a visit to grab a quick coffee in the supermarket, you can pop in, use the charger and top up as you go along. So let's head over to the first charger, which will be Lidl. So for anyone who's new to charging, this is how we're going to charge the car. So let's grab our charging cable, and one end's going to go in the vehicle, the other into the charging station. And this, because this is a PodPoint charger, one thing you will always need to know is the name of the charger. Each one has their own individual name, and they also have a letter A or B depending on which side of the station you're at. You need these details because once we've plugged in, we will open up the app, and we're just going to use the app to confirm we are charging. Now they do let you charge for 15 minutes without using the app and confirming the charge, but obviously we're going to do a thorough trip from the beginning to end and show you exactly what we're going to be doing. So we're charging straight away, and we're just going to acknowledge the charge and it's going to confirm that. And to do that, we're just going to select the charger, which side we are, and bam, charge confirmed. There we go. So that's how easy it is to get going. Now as you can see, we're starting to ramp up quickly now to 11 kilowatts. So as you can see, we're putting about 47 miles per hour into the battery, which over about an hour and a half charge is probably about sort of 60, maybe 65 miles, which is more than ample enough to keep you going for a few days. And now we're charged, we're going to unplug, pop the cable back into the vehicle, and there's nothing else to do with the app or anything like that. We just unplug and go. Thank you very much, Lidl. So let's move on to the second charger today. Now this one is at Tesco, and again using the PodPoint network again. As you can see, there's a lovely designated area now for electric vehicles at Tesco, and that should be across most Tesco supermarkets now. And like at Lidl, we just plug back in again, confirm the charge on the app, and away we go. Simple and as easy as that, and that took what, 20 seconds to complete. Very, very quick process, very, very easy. And as you can see, we're ramped up to 27, 28 miles per hour. And that's how we want it. It shouldn't be more complex than that. Now we're unplugging the vehicle. You can see the purple light on the station to acknowledge that it's finished. We're going to put the cables back away. And another charge completed. We can head home now with plenty of extra juice on board. Now these methods today might not necessarily be for everyone, but it works for me, and between these visits and using the wall charger at home, it seems to be plentiful for our daily needs. And that's how easy it is. It shouldn't be difficult, and in many cases it isn't. I'm just trying to explain and show you today just how easy it can be. Obviously every network is different, and depending on where your location is, everyone's going to have a slightly different experience. But as someone who is new to EV ownership, we've only had this vehicle for not even a month yet, and the transition between going from a combustion engine to a EV has gone incredibly well, and I couldn't recommend it more really. Now if this video today has been helpful to you, a like and a subscribe would be absolutely wonderful. If you've got any comments or suggestions or any feedback, I'd love to know about what charge network you use. How easy is it? Do you use fast chargers? Do you use superchargers, etc.? Anyhow, thanks for spending time to watch this video, and I shall see you hopefully in the next one.